what's happening. Whenever kidney energy is disrupted, it comes out as festering. Festering is where pus gathers and you have to let it out because whatever is happening, kidney is like flow of life energy. And the way life flows through kidney and gallbladder, not gallbladder, urinary bladder, guides our movement in life, muscle. So you carry out your action, right? So if that is disrupted, and what causes the disruption is fear, something you're very afraid of, and it reversed your purpose, made you powerless, and it festers because you're powerless. You're storing it, and this place you're storing it is your vision area, and it is festering and it's weeping out past, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now that problem is solved because physically, like sometimes that's why kids cut, because once you cut, you are resolving that issue indirectly because you are saying, okay, I'm done with that problem.
That's it.
So whatever festering happened, you don't even need to process. You have given a new life.
Yes.
Now you need to again become the flow. How do you become the flow? The fear caused it in the first place. Why there is fear? Because you felt powerless. Why were you powerless? Because you felt you needed to fix it. You don't need to fix it. You need to understand what the issue is and grow the things you can. Let go of the things you cannot.
Right.
That's the whole thing. Just because this pus was there, did you lose life? Of course
No.
not, right?
No.
So you let it go. So you really need to understand. Elephants and all do mud bath because the mud is where you really let go of these pus because mud heals. Silica, natural silica heals all these they call it interference fields. They heal, so you're getting a new life. So take all your past resolution you made, make it not powerful anymore,
Not properly.
and then let go because your understanding of the past was different from being a father figure now. And what worked in the past, like in the past, we used to go to library and read and get wisdom. Now the kids open Siri. Where is this? And
Yeah.
the Siri, who is
You know.
something random voice tells you what to do.
Yeah.
Why do you
Crazy.
need to go to the library when Siri gives you your answer, right? So I feel all those things is irrelevant. So you're being given a new life on new lease on life, new vision. So create a vision because January is right around the corner.
It's
And
true.
create your dream.
I'm gonna do that. It sounds perfect. Like, and it makes sense.
So what are you going to do?
I'm gonna we talk with God and release those that I haven't fulfilled.
And then what would be your new fulfillment? Because you're going to agree with me something, and
Mm-hmm.
if it doesn't work, we can change it again.
Mm-hmm.
As a take back for a slip up,
Mm-hmm.
what are you going to redo? What are you going to change in your life? Because the past is gone.
The way I process things, the way I process things, like when I think of doing something or go about something, you know, just analyzing the whole situation first, so I won't make mistakes.
You don't even need to analyze. Think about consequence first. What
And,
you
and
are.
from the mistake, the
So
consequences.
the consequence is you're not thinking through what is the thing I'm going to lose. You know what you lose is life.
And that's what you
What
lose.
is life is you take for granted. Not
Mm-hmm.
being grateful is first thing that bothers
Mm-hmm.
God, and He took away a life. And when He took away a life, you are given a new direction.
Mm-hmm.
You need to recreate life. One is if that child was important to you,
Mm-hmm.
recreate the pregnancy. If a child is not important to you, come clean with your wife. Say, you know what, I think this is not, because it's like coming from a place of being obligated rather than responsible. So you say, hey, at this age, I feel I'll be 7-year-old when my child is in the college. Is this something we want to do? Or can we do foster child?
Mm-hmm.
So don't give up on life, but do it another way. So maybe adopt.
You know what? And we was talking about it, that. We was talking about it, that making that an option. We was. So, I should just throw it on the table and say, this is what we should do. And forget about everything else. I mean, for some, for some reason, we can't have our own. God knows what He's doing, and I trust in Him, and just let just adopt, and it'll be just the same as if we had a little baby, because we'll get one that's really small, that only knows us, and God will bless us with
more children.
yeah. So that's what I'm going to do.
So that way, like, you give back, you get million things back. It's a blessing. Every life is a blessing. And even if it is not a life, an animal, like, helping a shelter, giving for a cause. That's one way. But physically also, like,
Or
you,
or we was going to adopt a dog too.
oh, good.
So
So
now
it's
you
like
said,
every life matters, but at the same time, by doing drug, you are minimizing your ability to be there for your own family. If you go to jail, who's going to protect your kids? If you die, the whole family falls apart, right? So you're putting too much risk by putting. Did you sniff or did you use needle?
no, I only sniff.
Okay, only sniff it doesn't work for me. But what I'm saying is, you did sniff,
Yeah.
thank God,
Yeah.
and you didn't do too much damage. But at the same time, it just shows that you cannot allow yourself to think you're sober. You really need to address that, saying, you know what, anytime I digress, I am not following my highest will for God. I'm even that 1 second not being aware for God, which means that breathing space God was holding, you're making him pass out, right? Like sniffing is you're letting God pass out that time,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you cannot afford it. You
Of
cannot
course not.
afford anything in your breathing
And
space.
He knows how much I do, respect Him. And, He knows that. But I constantly talk to Him. So He knows.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make all this right, and I'm gonna do what you said. And I'm gonna have a talk with the lady to make it official about the whole situation. So like that, I could be, on God's eyes as, doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Because, reality, I don't really like to miss out. I like to be aware of what's going on, and I like to do as I'm supposed to be doing. But I don't. That's the see. That's why I say I don't want to make it look like I'm messing up.
So the way you can do it, we are all spiritual mirrors.
Yeah.
Actually, that's what I wrote in my book too. We are spiritual mirrors. We see God, okay, in everybody in us. One thing really physically you can do is when you look at the mirror, whether it's night or morning, make it a ritual. Slowly blink and say, I love you, and mean it. And when your heart gets it, you will get it. Because that's how animals communicate love.
Blinking.
Blinking. They slowly blink and release. That's how they say I love you.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know that.
Me neither.
Because God is in your eyes.
Mhm.
Your eyes is home of God.
He's the light.
He is the light.
He's
And
the-
so by doing that consciously, you become his vision.
Mhm.
And that's what he wants to see in you.
Mhm.
And God is not outside, it's inside you.
Inside.
So if you see the light in your eyes, you've arrived home.
Yeah.
So that's what I want you to do as a ritual
Okay.
from now on. Okay.
That's what
And I would be much, much stricter with you if I see
Mhm.
fentanyl in your system again.
Actually, I don't do drugs. All I do is
You were positive. So what I'm
I
saying
was
is
positive for what?
fentanyl.
Get out of here!
Yes.
I don't do.
So whatever you did is showing a positive.
No.
Yeah. And you need to be careful.
When was
now.
this? Today?
Yeah.
Right now? I'm gonna tell that to my lady.
What I'm saying is, I'm not worried about that because I know you're on the right track. But what people mix, what do you get as a powder? You have no idea, right? You're not a chemist.
No.
I mean, you can die.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, don't trust those people. Whoever gives you supply.
That's crazy.
And now it's like so rampant on the street. I would be very careful what you put in your nose.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can stop your respiratory sometimes. So be careful. Don't say, "Oh, I did only one time. I did only one sniff." One sniff is too much sometimes.
I don't do that.
Because now you just no, it's not even heroin. It's like whatever the powder they gave or whatever it is you did to sniff.
Yeah.
If it is mixed with carfentanil, how do you think that they do anesthesia? They give it through your nose.
Mm-hmm.
It's even more dangerous.
Yeah.
So just because you don't put a needle in your arm doesn't mean
You gotta
you're
be careful. Yeah.
Because one of my patients told me when they did this, not their brain was not breathing. They were aware in their brain, and it took a long time for them to tell, please breathe, 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 breathe. Breathing stops, and you pass out. Isn't that scary?
Yes, it is.
So he says that is the scariest thing he did. It's like almost drowning, but you're aware and no water around you.
Wow, that's crazy.
So please be careful. I don't
Of
want
course,
to hear
most
in the
definitely.
newspaper.
Oh, don't even
that-
say that.
Yeah.
Don't even say that. That's not me.
Okay.
God bless
So
you.
from today, you are not going to touch anything.
No.
Okay?
No.
That's a promise you're going to keep
Yeah.
with me. Okay. You're all set.
Oh, you already sent it?